Oh, Merry Christmas, fellow Spartans. It's good old Santa Spurt here, wishing you good tidings and merriments. I don't know about you lot, but my bells are feeling particularly jingly right about now, and it's got nothing to do, I'm sure, with the magic festive juice I've been quaffing all morning. In fact, I'm feeling so full of spirit today that I'm actually wearing a Christmas jumper, of all things, kindly donated by the fine folk at Infinix. It's kind of a cheery little Santa fella saying something in presumably Chinese. No idea what, he could literally be telling us to go fist ourselves, but it's the thought that counts. And since you've been very, very good boys and girls this year, so I've heard, here's a special Christmas guest appearance from everyone's least favourite jizz-encrusted foot apparel. It's Mr. Wangsock.
Ah, hello you shiny-headed felch merchant. I see you're still doing this stupid show for the three thickies on the internet dumb enough to actually watch it.
And a Merry Christmas to you too, Mr. Wangsock. Tell me, do you have any special Christmas wishes this year?
Ah, I wish you bloody wash yourself every now and again. You smell like a pair of pensioners' Y-fronts floating in a vat of gin.
Oh, you are a funny wee fellow.
Suck my jizz-encrusted head, you baldy bastard.
Right, well, I guess that's pretty much an intro, so do you want to do the honours, Mr. Wangsock?
Ah, roll the fucking jingle already.
It's a Christmas Expert Weekly, fa la 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 la. Right, on with the show, and Mr. Wangsock apologises, boys and girls, but unfortunately he had to go off to help Santa's elves load up the sleigh with all the presents and goodies.
No, I fucking didn't. He shot me away down here, the fucking perv. Help me.
So tech news, and unfortunately this week Santa's sack is most definitely not bulging with hot headlines for all you lovely girls and boys. I mean, to put it mildly, pretty much bugger all has happened. Like on Monday, a Realme rep stood in a blank void and basically treated us all to a Realme GT2 series special event where we hoped to learn more about these snazzy new flagship phones. But first, there was just enough time to bum everyone out over how we're basically killing the world with our consumeristic tendencies, so even if global pandemics don't see us away, chances are we'll either suffocate in our own anal gases or get eaten by a confused and pissed off polar bear who washed up in Margate when the ice caps melted. Merry f***ing Christmas, dipshits! I've got to admit, I sort of skipped ahead a bit at this point before he tried cheering us all up by reminding us that David Bowie is still very much dead, and this wee prick is still very much alive and probably rolling around naked on a massive pile of cash as you watch this stupid wee YouTube video. But anyway, when he did actually finally get around to talking about phones, we learned that the Realme GT2 Pro will sport a minimalist sustainability me, when I wrote this sentence, I was not considering the amount of whiskey I'd have drunk beforehand. A minimalist, sustainability-focused design apparently inspired by paper. And personally, the only thing that paper inspires me to do is draw a big old cock and balls, but then I do have the mental capacity of a 6-year-old who took a few too many spills off the jungle gym. So here's hoping Realme can do a bit better. We also learned that the GT2 Pro will come packing a 150-degree ultra-wide-angle camera lens and fisheye camera mode, as well as a clever antenna array matrix system. Did that first fucking time, fuck you buddy. That promises smarter, stronger network connections for both mobile networks and Wi-Fi networks. And that was basically it. Not exactly the juiciest of teasers, and if you want to know when the Realme GT2 series will actually be properly launched, well, they very helpfully revealed that it's coming soon. Better make it real soon, Realme, though, before those polar bears start ripping our f***ing heads off. A newsflash! We've actually got an update on this story, which has just ticked into my inbox randomly as I'm shooting this video. Apparently, the Realme GT2 series launch will be held in China on January the 4th, when I'll likely still be unconscious from New Year, but I'll try and cover it at some point. And another news that completely blue-balled us this week, Honor revealed that it will be launching its first foldable phone soon, the Honor Magic V. It gave us this highly illustrative picture right here, and further details will be coming soon. Not exactly giving much away there, chaps, but on the flip side, Honor did send me a massive bottle of Honor branded booze for Christmas, so I love this foldable phone, it's fantastic. Oh, and Honor, I very much enjoy having you inside of me this festive season. This week, LG also announced that it was getting into the gaming laptop biz with the upcoming Ultragear 17G90Q. Well, they've already mastered the ridiculous naming conventions at least. You can expect more beef than a branch of gauchos with an 11th gen Intel Core H series CPU, an Nvidia RTX 3080 GPU, 32 gigs of RAM and a 17-inch 300Hz display, all packed into the top-end model. You can expect to see that beast hit in store sometime in 2022. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the news. Slim pickings, to say the least. So now it's time for one of my mini reviews, and I thought that this week, because it's Christmas and all of that bollocks, I'd review something that would keep the whole family entertained this festive season when we're all stuck indoors together once again. It's the Roxi karaoke microphone. Now, Roxi is a music app which boasts over 70 million songs, including a massive selection of karaoke classics, so you can upgrade your festive spirit from abject misery to mild depression. Full up like a landfill, a job that slowly kills you, bruises that won't heal. You look so tired, unhappy. You can download the app for free on tons of different smart devices, including smart TVs. You've got Fire Sticks like the Sky Q, yada yada. And Roxi is currently offering a 30-day free trial of the premium service, which ditches all of the ads and such forth. And Roxi also do this companion karaoke microphone, which you can shower with spittle as you blast your way through the entire Vengaboys back catalogue. The mic costs 30 quid, making it a reasonably cheap stocking filler, although sadly it doesn't transmit your harmonious vocals to the telly speakers to truly terrify the neighbours. But it does have a built-in speaker to give your pipes a proper boost. And if the sound of that really bastes your Christmas puddings, well, you can check it out over at roxi.tv. So now it's time for the part of the show that would have Santa clambering back up that chimney like his fat arse was on fire. It's viewer comments. Viewer comments. Last one of 2021, let's fucking do it. And if you want to make this even more fun, you can basically just turn it into a drinking game, so take a big old gulp every time somebody references a movie, video game, or TV show that's more than 30 years old, or every time I do a bit of a swear. Alright, so we've had lots of comments about the new studio setup, so let's smash our way through a few of these. Dean says, love the new studio, aka Garage Chris. The desk makes you look very professional, as I've just proved by belching midway through that sentence. Probably make me look even more professional if it didn't have cat hair and booze stains all over it, but never mind. Etienne says, semi-professional production values on Techspert. I'm scared. He'll be driving a Tesla and sporting an iPhone next. Yeah, not to mention goggling Tim Cook's ballsack and writing real review in all my video titles. I mean, there's zero chance of me ever getting a Tesla, and we just put that out there right now. The current car that I own, I chose it pretty much 100% based on the amount of boot space involved. Back then, because I had a kid, and also because in the back of mine I was like, the bigger the boot, the more booze I'll be able to carry back from Tesco's. And next up, Ron says, very brave move going with such a light coloured gaming chair. Yeah, I like to live life dangerously, Ron. Sometimes I don't even use a coaster for my drink. Mad bastard. Although actually, that is starting to stain a little bit, so I probably should use a coaster just to be safe. Next up, Chris BW says, the Boolies chair, also known as the Bald Twat Backsmacker. Yeah, it can be a little bit on the violent side, this thing. I've got to say, I'm starting to master the lever mechanism a bit better than I did last week. But definitely do not make the rookie mistake of sitting up and then releasing that lever, because then you will proper get one. And also, yeah, the static electricity is a bit of a tit. Sometimes I go to stroke the cat and we both end up absolutely frazzled. So then not only do I get the static electric shock, but I also then get a pissed off Moggy jumping at my face and clawing my eyes out. Douglas says, seems strange watching you sitting down. I prefer you standing up. Yeah, I mean, sometimes Uncle Spurt goes a little bit overboard with the scotch. He just needs to park his arse for a little bit, just mellow out. No More says, you look weird sitting down. Oh, do you know how long it took me to put this desk together? I am cack at DIY. I'm not going to disassemble it again, because that will literally take me a week. And also, do you know how much of my lifetime I spend sitting down? Now I'm going to have a massive complex about how I apparently look weird doing that. Tell you what, let's switch things up a bit. How about a kind of perch sexily on the edge, like so? It's not really working for me. Yeah, no, let's not do that. Terrible idea. I blame the whiskey. Next up, Andy says, hi Chris, love the new desk, nice and white indeed, but what the f*** is that on the wall beside you? Kept catching my eye this week. If you meant the sort of big black thing that was over this side, that was literally a massive chunk of my old desk, which I had to remove. And I had nowhere else to put it, but don't worry, it's all gone now. I just chucked it over some guy's fence. Merry fucking Christmas! Next up, Neon Visual says, don't say Uncle Spurt again, ever. Well, I mean, I already f***ed that one up for you, buddy, so happy holidays. Next up, Rapids444 says, I'll be interested to see what you think of the Oppo foldable. Yes, the Oppo Find N, which I do finally have. It arrived in the post. Yippee, hooray. I have done a full video on it, which should be going live next week, hopefully. Fingers crossed if I manage to schedule everything correctly before I have too much of the good stuff. Yeah, I've got to say, I really like the form factor of this thing. It is pleasingly dinky when it is folded up. Obviously quite chunky and everything still, but still very easy to use one-handed, which is lovely. Like 5.5 inches. Oh my God, why can't they make more phones that size? And then of course, if you want the bigger screen, you can just open it on up. And yeah, the absolute lack of a crease. Like if you squint really hard and sort of really rub your finger over it, you can just about make out a bit of a crease, but it is incredible what they've done with this thing. It's bonkers tech. Yeah, it's been stashed in Santa Spurt shorts for the last few days. The camera tech has been holding up really nicely. I've taken some nice shots with that. Again, I've shared a couple of those in the full-on video. And of course, because it's a Chinese model, it doesn't have the Google Play services or anything, but it's been absolutely fine. I've still managed to get, you know, the likes of Disney Plus, Netflix, Deezer, all that good stuff working on it fine. We've got a visit from Santa's little helper. A rogue cat. Are you going to come say hi, buddy? Come say hello, mate. You going to say hello to the viewers at home, or are you just going to show them your arse? So yes, full video on Find N for you next week. But yeah, lovely bit of kit that is. So next up, Corpsey says, woo, hold on, am I in the right place? I mean, to be perfectly honest, probably not, mate, unless you happen to be looking for the worst tech channel on the internet, or, you know, a video starring an extra crispy talking sock. Next up, Richard says, I'm using the Oppo X2 Pro at the minute, and I'm pretty impressed, although I do miss my Huawei devices. Wish they could have kept Google services. Yeah, it is a real bugger, because that hardware is proper special, and yeah, if they'd had the Google services as well, it'd be a no-brainer more often than not. Connor says, do more Huawei phone content. The Mate 40 Pro holds up so well in 2021. Yeah, no, I am definitely hoping to cover more Huawei content in 2022. And in fact, I've got the new MateView 27-inch GT monitor in for review as well. The box is currently taking up literally about a third of my studio, so hopefully have a review for that up in the next sort of couple of weeks. Next up, Oviondra, sorry if I completely mauled the pronunciation of that as usual, says, Huawei laptop, present from Huawei for good reviews, question mark. Yeah, it's the MateBook Pro, which is actually a review sample that I got in and reviewed on the channel, and then they didn't want it back, and I'm very happy about that situation because it's nice and light, super portable, which is just as well because my other laptop that I use, this absolute beast right here, bit of a slab. I mean, if I try so much as carrying this thing upstairs, it'll give me about a dozen hernias, most likely. Probably my hernias will have hernias. Yeah, this is the good old MacBook Pro 16-incher with the old M1 Max stuffed inside. £4 worth of tech, that is. I really must get around to doing a review of it at some point. Next up, Others Sing Puree says, on the topic of 80s TV shows, I've been watching Yes Minister recently. Yeah, I've never really watched that one back in the day, got to admit, because I got the feeling it was one of those shows you had to actually know stuff in order to get the jokes. I was always much more of a fan of The New Statesman, starring the incomparable Rick Mail, of course, God bless his soul. Highly recommend that for anyone who hasn't seen it, and it's actually kind of funny / depressing to think that I'd probably actually rather have Alan Bastard running the country than the current shower shit. But uh-oh, things are getting political. Always happens at Christmas after a couple of drinks, and then just ends up in arguments and everyone in sullen silence for the rest of the holidays. So let's skip merrily on while we can. Next up, Brovas says, I'm due to change my mobile very soon. Should I go for the OnePlus 9 Pro, the Google 6 Pro, or hold on for the OnePlus 10? But the OnePlus 10 series is rumoured to be launching at CES in January, so fingers crossed. We'll have more information on that one then. Out of the other two, though, the OnePlus 9 Pro and the Google 6 Pro, both fantastic phones. I've actually gone back to the OnePlus 9 Pro, if I can find the bastard. Here we go. I've started using it again as my my full-time phone because I really liked it back in the day. I want to see if it's held up. and if the updates have added much to it. So stay tuned. I'm hopefully going to be doing a long-term review of that soon. But I've got to say, between the OnePlus 9 Pro and the Google Pixel 6 Pro, my vote would be for the Pixel, because you've got the dedicated Google support there, which you really can't fault. Even though OnePlus do a pretty good job of supporting their handsets these days, it's good to see those dedicated OS and security updates and all that shenanigans. I think the camera tech's a little bit better on the F me, too many whiskers. I've got to stop. I'm going to push that away from me now. You've got the better camera tech on the Pixel 6 Pro. You've also got the better battery life on that thing as well. It is mental good. Like, it just lasts you a day and a half, 2 days, unless you absolutely muller it with, a good bit of Genshin or something. So hope that's helped, sir. And better make this the last comment now, because Santa's bird is starting to need a wee pretty bad. Matthew says, how about doing another live stream sometime in 2022? Yeah, I've been absolutely on that front, definitely. I was hoping to do more live streams this year, but then things have gone a little bit crazy. I did the last couple of live streams on my phone. They were very much sort of rush amateur jobs. I'm going to hopefully, now that I've got a proper desk and everything, get some proper broadcasting equipment. Maybe I've been a good boy and Santa will stuff some of that in my stocking this year. And plenty of room here to set it all up and have lots of booze on the go and have a good old natter with you fine folk in real time, which would be lovely. So yeah, stay tuned for hopefully a bit of that in 2022. Anyway, a massive thank you to everyone who left a comment last week. As again, apologies couldn't get through all of them, but they were fantastic to read. Please do smash some more comments down below. And unfortunately, we're going to have to take a break from TechSpert Weekly for a couple of weeks while Santaspert basically drinks and sleeps and does all the things that he likes to do. Good old Mr. Wanksock at the ready. But we will most certainly be back early in 2022. I don't know whether I'll be sat behind this desk or perched or stood or whatever. I'll be around in some form. So please do smash your comments down below and we'll cover as many of those as possible in the new year. Looking to the week ahead, because we always do the next week. It looks like there's bugger all going on next week, as you would kind of hope. Although Xiaomi is apparently going to be launching the new 12 series smartphones on December the 28th in China. So it is a Chinese local launch, not a global launch, unfortunately. Don't know a massive amount about them so far. They've managed to keep it fairly secret, but go check out my video on the top upcoming phones in 2022, which should be going live next week, and I've covered up all of the sort of rumours and leaks on that bad boy so far. And in the meantime, just remains for me to say, have a bloody lovely Christmas, you wonderful people. Thank you so much for watching this shower shot every week, if indeed you do watch it every week. If you stumbled upon it by accident this week, I can only apologise. Hope you and the fam aren't too traumatised, but have a bloody wonderful new year as well, and I'll catch you all in 2022. Have a good one. Love you.